Everybody, this is Lisa, the Quilt Wizard. Today I want to show you how I make sure the bottom edge of my quilt top is square before I quilt it. I'm at the bottom edge of this quilt and I want to make sure that this edge right here is straight and square before I quilt it. I usually start right about the center of the quilt of the bottom border here, and I set my channel lock so that it's in line with the edge of that bottom border. Then I just move the machine along the very edge of that border to make sure that it will fall within that straight line that's created by the channel lock. So you can see here that I need to move the border up a little bit. So I'll do that. I'm just making sure that it's not way out in any areas. It's starting to get a little bit out here before I stitch down that line with my channel lock. I used my channel lock and created this straight line of stitching all the way across the edge of my quilt. And now I'll line up the edge of the quilt with that line, similar to the loading line up at the top, same idea. And then I'm going to baste or stitch this edge down to meet that line. We've got a little bit of fullness over here. This border was a little bit long on this side. When I stitch up the right hand side here, I'm going to try to ease some of that in and then deal with it as I do the quilting. This really isn't that bad where I need to take a tuck or anything. Now that that's basted down on that side, it really doesn't look all that bad, and that will quilt out just fine. Here's our border all stitched down, ready to stitch out our final couple of zones with quilt path. And this is the border after it's completely finished. It's got a nice straight edge to it. Over here in this right side area where I was worried about a little bit of puckering or fullness, you can see that it quilted really nicely, so it looks great. I know some people like to use their channel lock just to stitch down and make sure that that edge is straight as they're stitching. I just find it a lot easier if I have a line of stitching to follow, and then I can adjust my border accordingly. That way if I have to make any adjustments or pin anything in place, it's a lot easier to stitch down. Hope that helps. As always, happy quilting.